Welcome back to the Republic. Looks like we have a rather rainy day here. Last time we were playing, we got the wheat farm set up, and we began to produce clothing. Looks like we have a bit of a shortage of bread. So maybe we need another bakery. Bakery's not producing because it doesn't have enough flour. And the windmill is not making flour because it doesn't have enough wheat. So I guess we need another wheat field. That's what it is. So we'll go up here and we'll make another wheat field. Wheat farm. So one thing I've noticed in Foundation is that if people don't have food to eat, their unhappiness rises, but they don't seem to really die or starve off or anything like that. So it's not really such an urgent thing. If people don't have food to eat, they'll just be unhappy about it. Seems to be how it works. It's going to be where our new wheat field goes, right in this area. And let's look at food and see. We have this market selling bread, but there's no bread to be purchased. And then we have a market down here, and it's selling berries. It looks like berries are a little bit scarce as well. So what we'll do here is we'll take the commodity for sale and switch it to fish, because we do have fish, plenty of fish, I believe. Now I don't know if these stores have a range. I don't think that they do. Either way, I do have fish stored in the granary here, right next door, so that'll be just fine. We don't want the merchant to have to walk all the way over here to the other side of town to get the fish that are needed for selling. And there they are. The fish are in stock. Make sure we don't have any anyone waiting to join our town. I was going to say, maybe we could move our center of town. But it doesn't look like the center of town can be moved. I wonder if we can build, like, go to the build menu. No, there is no center of town in the build menu. So wherever you start your settlement, that's where the new people are going to come forever. New folks who are coming to join your settlement are going to go to that spot. Well, we have 7 unemployed villagers. And we need to start making tools. So let's go look into that. resource production. The iron smelter produces iron in exchange for coal and iron ore. And the blacksmith produces tools in exchange for coal and iron. So it looks like we need a charcoal hut, which will produce coal in exchange for wood. And then we're going to need to start producing iron. I wonder if the iron production is something we have to unlock. No, I don't think so. So where do we go to get iron ore? That's funny. I'm not entirely certain how to get iron ore. Let's go over to the manor house and prospect a mineral in proximity. These all seem to be rather far away. Oh, here we go. So that mineral's pretty close. Okay. We're speeding up the game a bit to see what that's all about. Oh, look at that. There's the bailiff, Reynaldo, and he is working here to prospect, I guess. Prospecting resources here. So I'm wondering if he will be able to find the metal deposits. Because we're going to need iron ore. And I don't know where to go to get it. Now there's no resources left to extract. Have we exhausted all the berries? Oh, I guess they go away for a little while. Not permanently, though. They come back. Now, while he's doing that, let's go back over to the wheat field, wheat farm, and paint a crop field. Now, what might be interesting, we'll see how this works. We can paint the crop field right across the strait. We'll see how that works, and then we'll assign 3 of our people to work in the new wheat farm. Look at that. They come right across there, and they made a path. I really want them to make another walking path there. So let's just see. We're gonna put a forbidden area there just because I really didn't want them to be walking across there. I wanted a field to go right there. Yeah, well, that should keep them from coming across through there. And then if they don't walk through there for a while, I assume that the path that they started to make will go away. Seeing we're going to have to promote a few people too. Because the people that need to work in the blacksmith shop are going to be a bit more skilled, I guess. Because all we have right now are serfs, and for the iron smelter and the blacksmith, we will need commoners. Does look like the path is starting to disappear there. Nope, the bailiff has found a deposit. So now we can see the deposit of iron ore sticking out there. So how do we get it out? We need to build a quarry. So how do we do that? Search for a quarry. And I don't have that, so I'm guessing I need to discover it. Looks like we can unlock some decorations there. All that's fine and dandy, but that's not really going to help me with my need for a quarry, is it? Oh, okay, I see. So I don't even have to go into the build menu. What is this? Fountain sculpture masterpiece. Your skillful management of food during the bad weather has inspired some of your villagers, and they wish to build a fountain sculpture masterpiece to honor the occasion. Optional bonus effect, this building's maintenance cost is reduced by 50%. Alright. So all I have to do here is just click on the iron deposit, and then edit building, and then go to quarry, and I can place it quite easily. And this is a snapping sort of a thing, so it's quite easy to see the different places where we can put it. Do I want it facing out like that? I think I want it more like that. We'll angle it out. Looks good. And then we could build a crane, a resource depot used for storing mineral ores and gems. And so I guess we will need that. Does that snap on, or do we just put it where we want? Looks like that one we just put where we want it. Now I have to pay attention to those little green arrows because that shows where exactly people have to go to access the building. So I don't want to block anyone. Alright, so we'll put it right there. That's fine. Let's see if there's anything else we need. Cart, small crane. Looks like those are decorations. Oh, and here looks like we have options to build a base, and then we can put a statue on it. So let's see if we can put a statue right out in the middle of town. Like here near where the church is. I don't know if that's... Okay, that's too far away. So I guess it has to be closer. Well, we won't worry about that. In the meantime, we have a couple new people. Let's see what we got here. As usual, we'll give them some custom names. We have 6 unemployed people right now. And happily, our wheat field has grown in very nicely. That little red line we drew to keep people from walking across the space we didn't want them walking in has worked splendidly. And now that little path they'd started to make is gone, and they are growing wheat here. It's quite nice. See, our bread availability has started to grow. We have a population of 68. All 68 serfs. Well, now we're producing iron ore. So I suppose it would kind of make sense for us to put our production chain for tool making down over here, because that's where we're going to be getting the iron ore from anyway, so we might as well have people down here working on that. So let's do a charcoal hut, and we'll put it near these trees, because looks like charcoal making is a let's see here. Well, I take that back. The charcoal hut is not going to be cutting down trees. It's going to just be using wood. So that's fine. I like it there. I'll build it there. But I don't think that it's going to be needing forestry. It's just going to be probably needing a warehouse. So we'll build another warehouse. And we'll put the new warehouse here. And then we're going to need blacksmith. Blacksmith and iron smelter. It'd be kind of cool if we could put, we just sort of tuck it right up there. Maybe not. We'll put the iron smelter there, and blacksmith. Blacksmith will go right there. And we'll leave these trees here. It'll be a nice little kind of a buffer zone between this pastoral farming and neighborhood area and the kind of more noisy, dirty, kind of an almost industrial sort of a neighborhood over here. Now I'm also thinking maybe we should build another builder's workshop. However, I'm gonna say we really already have plenty of things going on here, and we shouldn't really be going out of our way to build extra things, because we're already going to have a bit of a labor shortage to staff the new blacksmith and tool making production chain. Now I'll also go to take a look at the possibility of promoting some people. Costs 20 gold to promote. If I scroll down to the bottom, I can see my unemployed people. I wonder okay, there, so we can sort them by, that's cool, we can sort them by name right here. So quite easy to see. We're going to promote Sergey the carpenter, and he is going to become a commoner, I believe. And I'm going to promote Brian here, and he is going to be a commoner as well. And we'll promote Tom as well. Right. That's 3 promotions. Now, are they instant? Yes, they are, because now when I go to population, it shows serfs and commoners. We have 3 commoners, which means we should have enough people to start to work on these buildings as soon as they're constructed. It is taking a little bit of time to get them built, because we've got transporters bringing the things that we need to build them, and then we have to wait until someone actually does get around to building them. But probably spend about 45 minutes on episode of this game, and it's amazing how quickly that 45 minutes is by. We're already about 30 minutes into the video here. Should work out just about right. We have a house upgrading here. That's good news. Another thing we're going to probably wind up doing soon is building another manor house, because manor houses, as we expand them, give us ability to store gold. And right now we can store up to 1040 gold. But I would kind of like to grow that number a bit more. Now this looks kind of special. We have a house that's actually a two-story house being built. These are more fancy houses. Because I guess now that we have commoners don't live in the simple thatched roof houses that serfs live in. That would stand to reason. They're the up and coming rich people, I'm assuming, that want fancy houses with roofs that are not made out of straw. No, that's not true. That's not true at all, because it looks like the house tier is higher. It's house tier 2. Houses are upgraded when their occupants are promoted and can't find another suitable house, right? Okay. I see. So here's what's interesting. And I can see, for example, Tom lives here, and so this house is upgraded, and our other two commoners, Brian and Sergey, live here, and it's upgraded. So what's interesting, though, is that we also have some other people living here in the house with them who are lower tier citizens. So it's not to say that the commoner house only has commoners in it. It's just if you have someone of a higher rank living in the house, it's going to upgrade, and then some of the lower ranked people might live in there with them too if there's room, and that'll be fine. I like that. That actually kind of does make sense. It is taking a while for us to get this settlement built, and I think that we should start looking at expanding our worker builder house to have another one over here, because right now the builders have to travel from all the way over. Is it over here? Yeah, the builder's workshop is over here in our original camp where we started off, and that's a long way for them to walk all the way over. And then kind of the same thing goes for warehousing, but we are building another warehouse. It's just kind of a long walk for some of these resources to make their way all the way over to this quarry site. But I just didn't want to be trying to build extra things, because that, if I want to try to build another builder workshop and they're still kind of running behind over here, then that's an extra thing for them to build, and doesn't really help us yet. Plus, we'd have to staff it. So we're going to go to the warehouse that's just been built and assign what's going to be stored there. We'll put iron, we'll store iron ore, we'll store coal, and then we'll store tools, because that's going to be the 4 things that we're going to be ultimately needing or producing in this area. And we'll assign our... we're going to assign just one person to work in the warehouse. We will assign 2 people to the mine. So if you remove a citizen from a job, they don't just leave immediately. They finish up what they're doing, and then they leave. It's kind of cool. It's also cool that they climb up the scaffolding and they go all the way up there to get their work done. Like, they don't just walk up to the base and then disappear. I like that. It's a nice touch, all in all. We had a very small path because occasionally somebody would walk along through here as they came in and out of town. But now, this path to our quarry, as you can see, is much wider and more trafficked than it had been before. And we have some newcomers. We have 3 newcomers waiting here at the immigration desk. So let's take a look. What do we got here? Right. Now we're just waiting on the iron smelter and the blacksmith. Another thing that I'm noticing, which is actually cool, is that the sound of the pick hitting the stone is synchronized. So it's not just on loop exactly. You can actually see as the pick hits the stone, the sound is made. It's pretty cool. Housing is insufficient. So we need another neighborhood, don't we? We have a nice undesirable area here. We'll expand our residential zone here just a little bit, which will allow people to build more houses as needed. There we go. And we have another house being built as I speak. It'll be perfect. As we continue to grow, this little grove of trees and that grassy open space will probably stay open because I don't want it to just be all packed. I want to have some green space. So that'll stay there as a buffer. Blacksmith is now built. So we'll assign we're gonna assign Sergey to work there at the blacksmith shop. Sergey will be our blacksmith. We'll assign Burke and Chris to work in the charcoal hut. Well, starting to come together. As we continue this playthrough, I've been thinking about how when I compare this experience to Anno 1800, I really do like Anno 1800, and of course I'll still play Anno because I have my save game that I'm continuing to work on in Anno. But Anno feels like a game where it's a bit more of a production to get going. Like you want to sit down and get it set up, and then you're going to take a few minutes to get your sense of bearings on what's going on, and it's just a bit more. It really is a bit more stressful, a bit more thought intensive, and it feels more like management and less casual. And I do like how this does feel like it's it feels like it has depth. It definitely has depth, but it doesn't feel stressful in any way because there really aren't a lot of negatives going on. There's not really anything punishing you if you don't do something. There's not really any particular objectives, so it's kind of cool. All right, so we're going to assign an available villager, and looks like we're going to have to take somebody off of another task. So we're gonna move Palm and Brian into the iron smelter. We have a spare citizen, so we can fully staff the charcoal hut. We have 3 unemployed villagers, so we can actually use them to fully staff the warehouse, which leaves, looks like all we really need is one more blacksmith. And we have someone here in town. Oop, what's going on? There we go. There we go. So anyway, we need to promote one more person. There we go. So now we have Dan and Sergey here toiling away in the blacksmith shop. And we have our folks lined out in the iron smelter. So we're fully staffed there. Let's take a look at our building list and see where do we have shortage. We have just we've assigned Kira to the duty of tax collector, and we have a need for one carpenter, one builder, and one miller for the windmill. So we could use another 3 citizens. Looks like we have 2 arriving right now. That'll be perfect. 2 more citizens. Just the ceremonial naming of them. Looks like we have another house being built. Now we also have room, I believe, to put another sheep farm right here if we want to. While we're waiting for another person to come to town, I think we're going to go back to the beautification menu and see if we can make a statue. All right, so we do a hexagonal platform and kind of hard to tell what direction the statue is going to be facing, though, isn't it? start over. That looks good. Oh. We could build a basin. Well, I don't know if that's necessary. We're just gonna build the pedestal and the statue. Oh. Well, I take that back. I can't do that because I need sculptures in order to actually build the statue. And that's another research line we haven't actually done yet. So maybe that'll be the next video to work on beautification a little bit. It looks like we have our next batch of citizens coming in. Our migrant population is coming into town. Thankfully, all of the people that show up in town check in at the immigration office, and then they're always happy to help with anything we need them to do. It's very nice of them. We don't have any problems with bums or freeloaders. So as soon as we get these guys checked in, then oh yeah, that's 3 of them. 3 of them have come. So we're going to have, yeah, we'll actually have a little bit of a labor surplus then. And now we can assign our extra carpenter. We'll allow our 2 unemployed people to just run around and do whatever they want for the time being until we get around to needing them. And one last look over here at our new mining quarry and tool making camp. Everything does appear to be working. So now we're going to have even more money coming in because we're not going to need to purchase tools anymore. We're now able to make them ourselves. And we have a resource quest popping up. The elders are looking to repair a few bridges across the region. One of their merchants noticed your woodcutter caps and wants to make an offer. We can sell them 100 wood for 100 gold. Sounds good. And we get those credits too. and we have delivered that. So now we have 20 labor influence, which is great. That's going to also help us with things you might need to unlock in the future. And then we're also going to have to expand our manor house, since we're now we have more coins than we knew what to do with at the moment. So that's another day here in the Republic of Geneva as we build our fledgling little empire here by the winding river. Till next time, thank you for watching. Bye.